Hi there, guys, and welcome to the Chronicles of Gamers. This is a podcast where we love to explain our love-hate relationship with video games. And I, of course, hold on, let me get this switch. And I, of course, your host with the most evocation. Alright, I'm gonna quickly switch over because it's not just me this time. I also got the editor is in the building. If he just, yo, this motherfucker just popped.
What up, y'all? How we doing? I'm here. Where's my intro music, bro?
You don't hear it?
Oh yeah, I'm just messing with you. Yeah.
I was like, yo, it's right here. And then what the? Never.
Yep.
And then we also
FF7.
We got Nintendo at the bottom.
How's it going?
Yo, Ted just came up from like the fucking ground, like
I had to float. I had to float.
Christina Aguilera and shit. But you can hear your music, right?
I definitely can.
Oh my gosh.
Love it.
Alright, Ted, where'd you go, bro? Where'd you go?
I'm here though.
Okay, there it is.
Don't worry about me.
So,
I had to make another entrance. That's all it is.
really chill. I say we do video and you want to act all goofy and stuff. That's fine. I appreciate it.
Honestly, no, the Discord connected me. It says, you've connected from another location, which is not true. They just kicked me off. So, hey. How's it going?
Discord with the lies.
Discord lies. It just kicked me off. It says, hey, you've joined from another location. But don't worry about it. Hey, everybody. Sorry, I don't mean to derail the podcast.
No, you're fine. How's everyone doing, though?
Doing good.
I'm great. I'm excited to get on these topics. You laid out a good show today, my man. I'm ready. All
right. Well, then we're just gonna go straight into it. So, yes. I gotta hit this.
Breaking news.
At this point, it's looking like the PS5 is gonna be around $500 to $600. There has been actual evidence.
Here you go, Sony. Take it. Take my money. Just take it all. So much.
So, wait, really? You're willing to drop that much?
No.
So to say, like, what? You're willing to drop that much? But yeah, so PlayStation, there's, let me see if I can pull this up. But pretty much, there's this guy, went on Twitter, found on Amazon France that the PS5 was going to be like $499, digital $399. And I got to tell you right now, with everything that has been out so far, and we are 5 months away, do you really think that these prices are justified? React.
The long answer or the short answer?
Yo, man,
this is my reaction right here. Because we're on video podcast. Sorry, everyone audio listening. I have huge wide eyes right now, and I'm like, like I literally not even 20 minutes ago just turned on my fat PS, 3 from back in the day that was $600 that made Sony do the little hiccup step and start their console generation in a like I played because that's the fat 60 gig, the original. $600 plus gameplay, $800 by the time you got home, and that was what Sony made the biggest mistake from the previous generation, and so they remedied it with the PS4, and then they come back with it. I mean, do you know what's happening in the world right now? Do you know what's going on? No one got no job. Like, what's going on, Doc? Right, back me up here.
I mean, $600 is absolutely nuts. But I think the fact that, to me at least, I mean, we all watched the video, the announcement, the direct, or whatever you want to call it, together, and I didn't see anything that was $600 worthy. That's just me. But. Well,
I think you're missing the point on that. It's not necessarily it now. It's for the system itself. Because there will be games. Like, games come out. I mean, obviously, justifying the cost now. But I'm saying in general, like the $600 price point. Like, it is a mini PC now. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's got a lot going on there. So it's like they're cramming way more than you can get in a $600 gaming PC into that box. So I get it. But come on, y'all. Like, at least just $550,
Really? I mean, to me, I don't even see the reason you would buy a console right now, man.
No, and that's piggybacking on what Doc said. Like, if you want to just get into the game lineup, like, everybody who's listening and watching, don't buy this until next year. Period. Like, why?
2022.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I mean, yeah.
So the question is, what games would you want, or what games do you think would come out that would make you be like, you know what, maybe I can drop this $600?
I'm glad you asked, because I just happen to have a list of every game they launched with, or on their little show right here, right in front of me, and every exclusive. So there are, just so you know, there were 6 exclusives in that event.
That's right.
And so the 6 exclusives were Spider-Man, Miles Morales, a 1.5, Spider-Man 1.5, I guess, that we've all come to the conclusion now.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna go with the Kingdom Heart numbers, I'd probably say like Spider-Man 1.64.
Maybe. I think they use the same engine, just put some cool water effects on it. We got Gran Turismo 7, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Sackboy Big Adventure, Horizon Forbidden West, and Demon Souls. 5 of those 6, 2021.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Ooh.
I can't believe this thing is going to be $600. And then, like, what's crazy is they're talking about a digital edition, man.
Yeah, I get it. That's an easy way to cut the price down. It's like, well, you don't need the physicals, because honestly, now what are discs, or what are games now? You put the disc in, it downloads the game anyway. It's just a DRM, like, you know.
Okay, but that's not all games. Like, some actually do have content on them, unless it's like, you know, what is it? The Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy.
Like 90% of games are like that now. You put it in, it's like, oh, downloading game, 40 gigabytes. You're like, what?
Well, it's because they're doing updates. But yeah.
Well, no, like you literally download the game. Like you put it in, it's 40 gigs. That's not an update.
It's not every game.
That's a lot of games now.
But
man.
Yeah, that's a lot, but that's not every game.
No, it's not every game. But like, how are you gonna know that if you buy a physical game?
That is true.
Not like, oh, is this the game that does it? Or so I don't know. It's just, I'd be okay with a digital edition. The only thing I wouldn't, when I get it, I'm not gonna get it, because if the backward compatibility thing is a thing.
Well,
right?
and then
I can get rid of my PS4.
But the problem with the backwards compatibility that I have with the PS4 is we don't have a list, and we don't know exactly which games we, on day one. Like, so far, this whole console has just been, why do I even need to upgrade if I have a PS4? I could stick with what I have and just play it for the next 2 to 3 years. Like, except for the Spider-Man.
I think next year it'll be good. I think no, you're right. Do not get a console this year, but I think by Christmas next year, which I'll be thinking about getting it, like Christmas next year, like Black Friday when it's down like to 500. I think that's the time to get it, because all the games will be out. There'll be tons of stuff. You will know all what's going on, all the new next gen things, the new cross-play, all that stuff. Because then at that point, you'll have all those exclusives out. You'll have maybe new things launched, because they're probably holding a lot of stuff close to the vest. If you want to play Cyberpunk on PS5, you can do it then, which I think maybe that's another thing I want to bring up here a little bit. I think that might be a secret launch date.
No, I mean, like they said, if you buy the PS4 copy, and then when they eventually have the PS5 updated version, it's a free upgrade. So
yeah, exactly.
That's kind of like a hidden, thank you for supporting free edition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I don't know. It's just, don't buy it this year. That's all we can say. It's just straight up.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all to wait till 2022, because games can easily get delayed. They can be quick to announce that. I'm just, Nintendo, how you feeling?
Especially with COVID stuff.
How you feeling, Nintendo? What you guys say?
I'm feeling. Obviously, I come at this from like a completely different perspective. You guys play. You guys both have the PlayStation 4. You guys are modern gamers. I come at it from an old school standpoint, and I feel, as somebody that's not a traditional new school gamer, they didn't do anything to like excite me to want to get into that realm. Like Ifusa said earlier, why would I upgrade from a PlayStation 4? Like, I see this as an opportunity for me to potentially buy a PlayStation 4 and not get a PlayStation 5 yet. Yes. Like, I don't see anything, like, I don't see that big of a jump from PS4 to PS5 to warrant that extra price. If I could pick up a used PS4 for $250, $300 instead of dropping like $500-$600 on a PlayStation 5, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you can't pick up a used PS4 for that much. Like, original PS4, but you want to buy a PS4 Pro, first of all. And second of all, you're the exact use case for buying a PS5 right now. You don't have a PS4. So then, if This is all, again, theoretical. If it is backwards compatible, why wouldn't you just get a PS5 and then play all the PS4 games on the PS5 and have yourself ready for the next generation?
Because we don't know which games are going to be added to the list.
Like, and that's the if. And that's the if. If you can take that disc and put it in there, the PS4 disc, and put it in the PS5, and bingo, then 100% you're the exact case to buy a PS5, Doc. Like, that's it. Like, because you don't have a PS4. For me, I have a PS4 Pro, fair. So I'm like...
Yeah, but see, I get what Doc's saying, but the problem is like, it's not like how it was with, like, when the PS2 came out, and all you have to do was just literally take your disc, and you're good to go.
We don't know that yet. We don't know that. If Sony says that, that's my thing. If Sony says PS5, put the PS4 disc in, equals work, or download PS4 games from PlayStation Store equals work, then...
yeah, we're good to go. I say support.
Then we're good to go. Then we're good to go. And that. But if it's not, then garbage.
But that's why I feel like Xbox may be more like, even though it does look like a mini refrigerator that you can just put in your room and put some snacks in. At least I know, even though it does not have new generation games, at least I know I can put in like my old games and they're good to play. My games that I have on digital, they're also good to play.
Yeah, all the Xbox One games will go over, and then the list of 360 games that they have up, it's like 200 or something like that. 100,
and they're all fucking good to go. Like, I can play Enslaved Odyssey to the West. I can play Dead Rising that doesn't have Frank West on there. Like, all my old 360 games, good to go. Old Xbox games, good to go.
Well, the 360 has a list. It's most of them. It's a lot, but
all
it's
the Xbox One games still more than fucking PlayStation. I got all these PS2 games sitting out here. Still can't try it. And see, 2022.
I got my PS3 fat sitting there. See, I got that fat PS3 that plays the PS1, PS2, and PS3 games. That's why I kept it. Like, it's a 60 gig, the original launch version. They took that out, and I still got that. That's why, because of that back compat deal. Because if I want to throw a PS2 game in there, it works. See, that's the biggest thing. If Sony does that, then it's worth it. But at this point, it's not. You're right. It's not.
See, this is why. And then even that whole digital edition thing, I feel like that's just a waste too. Because
I mean, there's the Xbox has it right now. There's the Xbox all digital. The Xbox One has it in digital.
Yeah, and I don't even like that. I'd rather have a physical copy of my games because digital can disappear so quick. And if you don't have it on your hard drive, you're SOL. So
you can just re-download it unless they take it off the store. I mean, but that's what you play. For me, it's like, how much time do you have to go back and play all the old games? It's just like
the 10 doc. You want to answer that?
I mean, that's retro consoles.
I mean, I always feel more comfortable whether it's like comfort food for the weak-minded or whatever you want to call it. I like walking into a store, buying something physical, owning it on the shelf, saying I own it. Yes, you never own it because when you put in the disc or you put in the cartridge, whatever, you have to download it. But there's something about having it physically, owning it, that makes you feel better, and I don't know, it's comforting in that sense that somebody just can't, at the flick of a switch, just take it away from me. At least I have some shred of proof that I own the game. Whatever that does in the long term, obviously it's not worth very much, but I mean, there's obviously something there, or they wouldn't continue to make physical copies to this day.
But the only reason they make physical copies right now is for retailers. That's why. It's a retail deal. If it wasn't for retail deals, Walmart's huge, they wouldn't do it because it costs more. It's easier to deliver, and they have to give them a cut. Yeah, but the thing is, it's like if you take out the mental comfort, like the human weird mental side thing of like, oh, I want this piece of plastic, there's no reason to have physical. So I can understand the digital edition. Now, my only thing is I would get the disc drive because if there's the ability to do the backwards compatibility of just stick your PS4 disc in there, and I do have some PS4 games that I would still play that are on disc, then that would be cool. That's a good way to preserve the PS4 library, right? And that's the only way, because if it's like, hey, I want the PS4 disc, put it in, that's how you back compat. If they're like, hey, you can download the digital PS4 games onto your PS5, digital it is. I don't need the drive then. For me, it's like, okay, I'll just download it. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But I do get the physical, digital thing. It's just that honestly, Doc, before this year, like this is me knowing you. How many times did you ever take a game off your shelf and play it?
But I always had the option, and nobody could ever take that away from me.
And that's the option I like as well.
Nobody can ever take that away from me.
No company can delete it. Like, imagine if Scott Pilgrim was fucking on physical. Do you know how amazing that game would have been if it was on fucking physical? I would have had that. Okay. I would have all. Yo, man.
Here's another thing: is how many games nowadays are connected to the internet perpetually? What happens when they take down the servers?
Well, pretty much every game now.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens when they take down the servers?
I know with Mortal Kombat.
Oh, this disc is pretty.
Okay, well, okay. So, like Mortal Kombat 11, you're absolutely right. Like, if the server ever ends, like that game's going to be completely useless except for like versus mode and the story. That's it.
Right. Exactly. So I mean, and that's where we're moving now, and that's just how games are, and that's just the evolution of the industry. You know, you get it, and that's fine. I understand, but it's like for me, like. I get the discless edition, especially with the PlayStation Store and everyone and all the downloads now, and then Xbox doing their whole, the Game Pass, which is amazing, and
Game Pass is amazing,
and PlayStation doing a lot of stuff they're doing. So like I get it, but like so I understand it's an entry point for people who like maybe like you said, Doc, who haven't got into the generation. Are like, I don't want to spend the money, but I don't need the disc. What, I can just download games? Okay, like a mom or dad's like, oh, you can just download the games. Here you go. So I get it, and it's cheaper. Yeah, so I get it. But for a collector,
there's definitely a market. There's definitely a market for it. It's just not a rabbit hole that I'm particularly willing to go down. But I definitely get that there is a market for it.
And if you got the PS5 eventually, you get the disc edition, obviously, which is fine. But my thing is too is that's kind of funny. Listen to what we're talking about right now. We're not even talking about the PS5. We're talking about the old games. That just shows you where the PS5 is sitting right now. We're talking about backwards compatibility, playing. We're not even talking about this game, the PS5. That just goes to show, right?
Well, I mean, there's nothing to really talk about with the PS5. Like all of it is just
my point. We're talking about old stuff. Yeah, and that's exactly the point. Like the PS5 is like what's the deal? We're not even talking about what the PS5 is or will be. We're talking about can we play on old games? Because they've not done a good job with telling what we're gonna play. Besides those 6 games,
but even at that, they were all trailers.
Oh yeah,
except for Ratchet and Clank, it was just like momentarily like was it like 10 seconds worth of gameplay?
That. I understand it's hard right now, especially with like the COVID, like trying to get gameplay stuff. I get it. Like, and Nintendo is notorious for that. The Nintendo Directs, with like doing just here's a trailer of the game, and I know we want to see a game. Hey, did you get that hat yet, Afusa? Hey, where that gameplay at?
Okay, man, that is true though. But at least I like Nintendo Directs because when they announce or showcase a game, 6 months or a year, that motherfucker comes out. Right. And at least with their trailers, Metroid? They show a little bit of gameplay. So I appreciate that. I'd rather have, like, when they say Nintendo Direct, they literally mean, hey, we are directly working on this. Get hype. Here's the time limit. Enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got fucking PlayStation over here with not doing that.
But this is a console release, and then we're in COVID. I get it. It's weird. I'm positive on it. I think it's going to be cool. I don't need it right now. Like, real talk. I have a gaming PC. That's great. And I have a PS4 Pro, so I'm fine. Like, I don't need it. And then all the games that I would want to play are coming out next year. And so I'm like, okay. And I'm getting Cyberpunk on PC, so that's fine. And Ratchet and Clank, when it comes out, sure, I'll get it eventually. But that's not a game I need to play day and date. I can play that 6-8 months later. It's like Horizon. That looks great. But
it is, but I'm expecting 2022 out of that.
Yeah, sure. I think they said 20. No, they didn't even say a date for that one, did they?
No,
yeah, you're right.
That's why I'm expecting 2022.
Right. What's that one that was like that crazy, the first feature one? That kind of looked cool.
Forgot the name of it.
Oh, yeah. Where you like die and you keep coming back?
Yeah. It's like Live, Die, Repeat.
The world keeps evolving?
Project Athia or no?
No.
That's how I'm looking at.
Something else.
Trying to look at the list. Well, I don't want to derail it, but that game looked cool. But that's on everything. That's on PS4. That's on Xbox. Everything. Yeah. So can I keep talking about the PS5 and pivot conversations on it?
Well, I mean, if you want to pivot, please pivot. I mean, I've already said
we're still in the PS5 realm. This thing is
2022.
goddamn big. This thing is big.
It's
This thing is
chunky.
big.
Yo,
It's
you just
chunky.
like what? He's calling it big like that.
Dog, this thing. Okay, hey, you know what? You know, I'm the professor. I do my research, right? So I have the entire history of every console ever created for the home and their dimensions. This thing is the biggest by far. So let's go down a couple lists.
So
here, if
are
don't
you
mind
saying
me.
that the PS5 is shattering dimensions?
Oh yeah, there you go. I'm sure everyone saw the meme. You saw the memes out there, right? Seeing this thing like compared to the Xbox, it's like 8 feet taller. You know, it's like it's crazy. But right now, speculation is it's about 15 inches tall or wide, or if you lay it on the side.
Wait, hold on.
That's-
Are we going? Are we going into speculation station right now? Is that what? I'm
Well,
hearing?
no, this is direct spec. This is like using pixel measurements, and this is stuff like that. And it can't be any smaller than 14.7. That's like the thing. But everyone thinks it's 15. 15 inches is the thing. And if you look at the Xbox, so here's the sizes that we have right now. So the current PS4 Pro is 11.6 inches tall or wide, you know, however you situate it. The original PS4 is 10.4. The Xbox Series X, the new guy, is 11.84 inches. And the PS5, the PS5 is going to be about, it looks like it, 15 inches. Like,
wait, is this guaranteed or is this speculated?
This is very educated speculation. This is a very educated.
Okay, so we're in speculation station right now. Okay,
based on measurements of the disk drive and where it goes and the render they saw, there is no way this thing can be less than 14.7. So that's just
What the
if
hell?
it comes out
I don't
smaller
believe
than
that.
right, exactly. If it comes out smaller, then everyone can dog them for saying, hey, what you put on the reveal is wrong, right? Because just if you look at it, like I have the video up right now, and just it's crazy. Everyone did the exact measurements and 3D analysis, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Like even what's another big, the original Xbox, right? The original Xbox.
Oh yeah, now that thing was thick. Like I used that as a
Hold on.
paperweight. So
It's like the original Xbox was 12. Wait, let's see. The original Xbox is, I have it right in front of me. Let's see.
Yo, that thing is
God,
big.
this thing's so big, dog.
pause.
Now it was 12.6 inches wide, 3.5 inches tall, and 10.2 inches deep. So that's like a big old honker. And this thing, the PS5, is supposed to be bigger than that, like taller at least. It's the PS5 right now with the current renders. It's about 3.6 inches deep, and then we don't know how wide it is, but it's 15 inches tall. So it's just, if it is, like, where are you going to put that thing?
IKEA has to go back to the drawing board and redesign their entertainment,
Right.
their entertainment units.
Yeah, you're gonna see Ezio at the top of that.
So what I'm hearing is the PS5 is the new Buster Sword. That's what I'm hearing.
Basically, it is. It's a Buster sort of console. It's like, yeah, you're gonna be working. Hey, what's that? Just don't worry about it. It's just my freaking, I don't know, thermal generator for my fusion reactor in my house. Like, gigantic. It was interesting actually. It was actually interesting looking at the sizes of old consoles. Like I have all of them listed, like from all the way back to the Atari 2600. I was like, wow. The Atari was have it here was here's Atari. It was 13.625 inches wide because it was flat, 3.5 inches tall, and 9.1 inches deep. Interesting. Just random.
Pause.
Random knowledge. Random
Dang.
knowledge.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Random. They should do weight. I wonder how it's. Oh, yep, they do have weight on this. Damn.
Well, so we're
The
speculating.
original fat PS3 is 11 point. No, this is the original PS3. 3, the fat one, 11 pounds. Good lord.
That's a very large infant.
Yeah.
We're all
Very
worried
much
about the PS5 size, but we're not even questioning what the Xbox Series X will be. Might be like 25.
It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. It's 11 point. I showed you 11.58 already.
Oh,
That's guaranteed specs. Yeah. So it's way smaller. But it's just thick. It's just heavy. It's got some heft. Baby got back. The
yo, baby better have hard drive space. And
right.
That's what
1 terabyte. 1 terabyte.
Don't get me started on that piece of crap.
Which one? The Xbox Series X or the?
Both.
Oh yeah. I mean, and then not only that is the PlayStation and the Xbox are both going to have proprietary hard drives. So you can't just slap a regular M.2 NVMe in there. They're proprietary like slots.
What's another
Both.
PS Vita all over again? PS Vita memory cards all over again.
Like what? Yeah.
Well, actually, I was thinking like
why?
PS2 memory cards too, or like PS1.
Yeah, but like this is a hard drive, man. Like, I mean, what? Like what?
Well, I mean, Xbox 360 did that. They had like
Yeah, they had the
Proprietary,
the things on top. Yeah.
Well, and
then
it's
they
also
were pretty
they
good.
used, yeah, but it's just like I don't know, because M.2 NVMe drives are already pretty expensive, so you want to
Agreed.
get like a 1 terabyte in there, and then you have to buy like a proprietary one. Like it's just like, is that going to be a cost premium, or are they going to be equal margin? If they're equal cost, I'm cool with it. But it's like,
come on, man. Do you really think it's going to be equal cost? Even I know it's not.
no, that's my point. That's my point. It's like if it's I'm cool with it, but other than that, it's like wow. You have to like you can't just get an NVMe. Like see, I have one here. Like I just installed here my Evo Plus that's in my PC right now, and if there was, I could just stick one of those in there. That'd be sick. But you can't because it has like some weird slot.
It's all about the cash.
It's all about that cash, baby. It's all about that cash.
All right, well, since we're still going to stay on this topic, you know pretty much when the new consoles come out, it's almost time for the old consoles to, hit their final push. So, people are going to be releasing as many games as they can for the PS4 before everyone's jumping ship to the PS5. And, of course, for those that did not know, but one of my favorite games that I'm actually really excited for is Destroy All Humans Remake is coming out. That's coming out in July.
Yeah.
And Crash Bandicoot 4.
Yeah.
So the question...
speaking of, they just announced it literally 30 minutes ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it had been announced like a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
So.
It leaked like earlier. I wanted to see the announcement trailer, so I'll watch it while we.
All right, so he's going to watch the trailer. But the thing I want to know is, what other games are you expecting to come out for the PS4 or the Xbox One? Mm-hmm. Like, what is in your mind? What are you speculating? So that means we're heading over to the speculation station. So we're going to speculate on our ass on games. Sponsored by the Doritos and Triangles.
Well, since everyone seems to be on the remake and remaster train, it'd be cool to see a remaster or remake of the Jak and Daxter series, like a compilation of like all three games.
No, I agree.
It was 3 or 4.
No, there's 3, and I hope they
3.
do that. That'd be so nice.
Yeah.
Huh.
Honestly, I don't know if they would keep that for PS5, but it'd be cool to see at some point. Those are some pretty. Pretty solid games.
Are these speculation ones, or are these games that are coming out for PS4 late in the generation that we're looking forward to?
Well, I'm speculating what I would like for them to come out with during this time. So a Jak and Daxter just remastered would be actually just simple for me, because I actually like that game, and. Or, maybe Sly Cooper, although I'm not a huge fan of stealth, but Sly Cooper is kind of decent. Mm-hmm. Like, at this point, I literally heard that they're working on a Suicide Squad game.
Yep.
And at the same time, they're working on another Batman. So, yeah.
Oh, Batman, yeah.
So it's just like... And then, of course, you have the Avengers game that Square Enix still hasn't showcased or anything. But, they're clearly working on that.
Well, that's coming out. That'll be out September 4th.
See? Then you got fucking Kingdom Hearts coming out with its fucking...
You see the
3.1874 divided by the square root of pi minus imaginary number
Yo,
X.
bro, that Kingdom Hearts trailer was ridiculous, man. It's a rhythm game coming out.
And you know what? And I guarantee there's going to be story elements in that game.
There actually is story elements in that game.
I know, that you have
that's what frustrated me. I'm like, bro, I don't want to play this. And I like Kingdom Hearts. Come on.
Oh man, I don't know. You know what? This is totally bogus, but wouldn't that be cool if Part 2 of Final Fantasy VII Remake came out?
Okay, okay, alrighty then. Where is it?
Wishful thinking.
Come on now. Come on. No.
Hey, or at least an expansion, like a little, like hey, you know what I mean? Like just a little teaser, like next year, like here's like a 3-hour like extra side story that you can do. Like that'd be kind of cool, just to kind of keep people like in on it. I could see something like that. Like here's a little $9 DLC to like continue. Like here's this. You want to know what happened to Barrett, and what happened to his arm? Here, we'll give it to you earlier. Besides, later in the game, we'll give it to you now, or something weird.
Because we already know what happened to Barrett's arm if you just play Final Fantasy VII, the original. All right,
exactly. No, we do.
You don't need DLC for that. Everything is answered. Just play the original game if you really want to know. If you can't wait for the next, just play the original. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
play those retro games.
Yes.
Right. No, hey, the original is my favorite game of all time, so trust me, I'm okay on that. But it's just I loved the remake. I thought it was amazing, especially from a diehard fan.
It is, but you're not getting DLC. Kingdom Hearts would have a better chance of getting DLC before Final Fantasy VII.
I think they might drop a little something. I've been hearing some little scuttlebutt out there. It's rumors, but again, we're in speculations. That's why I'm dropping it.
Touche. But touche.
It's the most like far fetched thing. It's like, oh yeah, and by the way, the PlayStation 4 they're going to be giving away free if you want, or PlayStation 5 free. No, it's like the most. No, I doubt it.
Well, Halo, I'm looking forward to whatever Halo game comes out. Because I am going to buy a 1X during this holiday season.
Oh, why?
What do you mean, why? Because they're going to be cheap as hell.
Yeah, but get a PC, and then you're set. Because all the games are going to be... what?
I still want an Xbox One.
But you can play almost every game on Xbox One on
the
PC.
When I had a 360, I didn't have to buy a PS3. I wanted to buy a PS3.
Right. I had a PS3. I didn't get the Xbox 360. So, there's some games I missed, but I was always a PlayStation guy. But I'm saying right now, with the way Microsoft is doing their marketing, it's play anywhere. So, next generation is PC, PS5, because the PS5 exclusives will be good, and there will be 0 exclusives minus Halo and Gears, which are going to be on PC. So, because then on PC, you can play other PC games.
I'm with you, man. I'm here with you. You hear for the last few episodes, I supported the PC Master Race. I still want console though. You give me a break on that.
It's that ease.
Right. I just want a device that simply does the one thing I wanted to do. I want to be able to put this game in and play it. Now, when I get my money together and I finally get a gaming PC,
install disc. Install this. You want to put the install disc?
Oh, you're right. And I got to install it. But right, I got to put it in, then I got to install, then I got to wait a couple of hours, and then I'll go out and live life and come back and play. But with the PC, I will eventually get a PC that's meant for gaming. But it probably might do a little extra things on the side, maybe stream from or something like that. But it's just nice to know that if I want to just play an Xbox game, I can just use my Xbox One X and just have an amazing time. Just let me do the one thing.
Button right here. It says Xbox and play Xbox games.
Look, man, I get that you really want this PC thing. People are slowly coming to PC. If PC gets a little bit more cheaper, it'd be a faster run for everyone. But it's
not even on PC Master Race at all. I'm not at all. I just have a PC. My thing is looking at it from an economic standpoint. It's economic because you're going to spend $400, $500, right? $400 or $500 on an Xbox when you could just take that $400 or $500 and get a PC, and I don't know. To me, I'm just looking at long-term cost-benefit ratios. The doc on his analytics, he's
I'm just gonna look for more buttons to press. Or you just keep trying to push this. Keep going. Keep talking about your PC, man. Keep talking about PC.
If you want me to, I can. No. I just don't see the value proposition of an Xbox. That's just me.
And I see the value of having an Xbox. I want to be able to look back in my day and be like, see, son or daughter, I bought the Xbox One X before the world went to shit.
Honestly, I'm gonna agree with Ted here for the PC thing for one little reason, and I completely agree with Fusa. Having the dedicated machine is cool. For me, with this whole kind of going back to the new generation thing.
Yeah.
If everything does go digital, I'm always gonna buy the newest Nintendo console because that's just who I am. Whether it's digital, whether it's physical, that's what I grew up with. That's what I love. That's what I'm always gonna buy. But if all these next generation consoles are going digital, I'm gonna always buy the latest Nintendo console, but I'll probably end up going the route of the PC if there's, that exclusive game that I want to play, just because at this point everything's going digital anyway. So if I already have the PC, it's going to be cheaper for me in that respect. If I just want to play that one game, I'll just go buy that one game instead of having to buy the extra box. But I totally get the convenience of having, that dedicated unit under the TV and just like plug and play. Okay, go. But there's
crashes or debug or all the stuff that goes with the PC.
Mm-hmm.
All crashes.
So I feel you both. I feel you both. On
nah,
that,
bro, you feel Nintendo. Like, see, Nintendo's in its own little world. Like, they can just do whatever.
But you know what? All joking aside, Nintendo, every console generation from the NES to the Switch, including the Game Boy and the horrible failure that was the Virtual Boy, they always tried to push the envelope and innovate in some fashion.
Right.
And that's kind of my gripe with like these newer generation consoles. They're like pushing, better specs, better graphics, and like to me, I don't see the innovation as much. I don't see it as much.
I disagree strongly with that.
Oh, he disagrees.
In what sense? In what sense?
Yeah.
Well,
because two things. Nintendo pushes things. They push things that you like. So they're pushing the envelope in certain ways, but they suck at crossplay, internet, anything online. Hold on.
Oh yeah, they're online.
Anything graphics wise, anything hard. So they push in other ways. Now these consoles are pushing smart delivery, online presence, faster load times, better gameplay experiences. So they're pushing that, but they're not pushing the same thing Nintendo is pushing. So I think they're both pushing, innovating different ways, but Nintendo's innovating in a way that you like. Some people like to have it faster, quicker, better graphics. Other people like more new and innovative ways to play games. And like the Switch. Like now, I think the Switch is garbage. Like I loved it the first 3 years. But now when's the last new good Switch game that's come out?
Luigi's Mansion 3. We had Animal Crossing.
Okay.
When's the last good?
And which one of those did you play?
I haven't played either of them yet.
Done.
Okay.
Done.
Okay.
There it is, right there.
But having them on the Switch, if there's a game that comes to both the Xbox One, as well as the Nintendo Switch, I will automatically buy it on the Nintendo Switch first.
No, I'm talking only the Switch. Yes, but that's the thing is I'm talking only Switch. Like
only Switch.
Okay.
Switch. Yes, Switch for exclusives and what you buy a Switch for, it is done. There's nothing left on it. It's the graphics, the processing. Now it's just a trash bin for bad ports.
Yeah,
like for scaled down.
But
ports.
again, the graphics is what you like. The graphics is what you like.
No, I like all gameplay. What do you mean gameplay, bro? I'm a video game historian, man. I play so many games. So I like everything.
But you prefer to play something that looks aesthetically better, right?
That's false. False. Completely false.
Okay.
If I have a PC, I have a Switch. I play everything, dude. Like I played more games than you've played. I've been gaming for longer 100%. Than you, so I understand.
100%.
So like my thing is the Switch. Like, what 100%. Do you buy a Switch for right now if you've played everything? Like, there's nothing new coming on the Switch. So even if it's not graphically, there's nothing new. It's only ports now.
I buy a Switch because I'll never find myself sitting in front of a TV at home. The ability to play my games on the go.
Yes, but what games? No, that's what games. You've already played Mario Kart 8 to death. You've already played Splatoon. You've already played Breath of the Wild. All the games you go to the Switch for are done. Most people have finished Animal Crossing already. It's done. Like they're just waiting now to turn in their turnips. Like what do you play? What is coming out on the Switch? That's my point.
I play half the indie games that are already been announced for the PlayStation 5.
Yes, right. But I'm saying all those indie games on the Switch have been out for 5 years.
Okay.
Every indie game, again, they're just ports, and I get that it's fun, it's convenient to play those, but that's an access for you to play them. But they've been out for 5 years, so it's good. It's exposing people to indie games, which I like. But I've been working in the indie community for a long time, working with developers, and I've seen these games. I know these games. I've already played and beat these games. So for me, it's like if you have a Switch, it's good that you can have it, but you're just still playing ports. You're still playing. It's like the Witcher report. It's just running. It's running terrible. Like all these different ports. I mean, I'm glad that people get access to it. I'm glad of that, but. As far as the Switch, like Nintendo is leaning, the power of the system is not good. It's slow. The internet is terrible. Like the interface, it's all the different things. So it's like, I love the Switch the first 3 years. Like 2017, 18, 19, amazing. This year it's just like, okay, enough ports. Do we really need Apex on the Switch? You know, like
I don't know if the Switch can handle Apex.
The Switch,
that's exactly
with the online.
It can't handle the new games
with their online.
the Switch is far from perfect. The Switch is far from perfect, but
it did its job. It needs a new version. It needs something new. That's it. It needs new games.
But they innovate. It's
what are they innovating now? The gimmick's done.
No, but it's never the same from the previous generation. Whereas
I know, but what is it now though? I'm talking about the Switch. We're not talking about this and that. I'm talking about Switch.
Okay, but we're talking about the PlayStation 5. Going from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5. Going from the Wii U to the Wii, there was a big jump. Whereas I don't see that big of a jump from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5. I just don't see it personally.
Because you don't have a PS4.
Okay.
Yeah, so like the hard drive, the loading time alone is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it?
I do.
Okay, if we're talking about from PS4 to PS5, I mean, graphically, yeah, it's a little bit better, but other than that, it's just like, I'd have to try it. Yeah. And even then, it's like, I'm right there. I can wait.
Yeah, but from what I've seen, I don't see that much of a jump to warrant purchasing or dropping $600 on a new console for better graphics.
Well, we've already established that. We've already established that. But I was talking about the Switch and how.
Well, okay, look, I'll put it this way. I think I would have actually hopped on the Switch train, but the problem was when they started talking about having stuff online and Nintendo not really clarifying what. Yeah, that's the part that scared me because it's like, you have great games, and I love the fact that I can be able to game anywhere. But the problem that scared me is like, if I want to play games online, which a lot of consoles do that now, I'm curious to see what their online infrastructure was, and it was not the best coming out. They had horrible offers coming out. Mario. It was just bad. Like physically, if you just only wanted to play games by itself with no other people, I think the Switch is the best fucking device to have.
It's great just for 2.5 hours.
Well, I think it's great. I think it's better longer.
No, I mean, because that's how long the battery lasts, unless you have the very new version.
Okay, see, I didn't know that, but that's fine. I mean, it's literally like having a handheld, which is fine with me. But I
loved it. The online is definitely lackluster.
I played everything on it though. Like, there's nothing new to play on the Switch. Nothing. Like, at all. Like, nothing is coming out. It's not doing anything different. It's, okay, the gaming is great. That's fine. I'm playing old games. I'm going back to backlog. I'm playing the games like Into the Breach, which I have on PC, but again, that's a great handheld game. Like, I play the games that are good handheld, like you said. Like, I like that, but there's nothing new that you can't play somewhere else on the Switch. That's the thing. The Switch is underpowered. It has a lot of different faults for it, and it was great when it first came out, but now it's just, like I said, just a trash bin for bad ports. And it's because it's in the end of its life cycle already at 3 years in. Like, it can't handle new next gen games. Like, if you're developing for the Switch, you're developing for games back in like 2012. Like, you're just that far behind from graphics wise.
I mean, I understand the argument, but I don't know if I would go that far trash bin.
I will, because I know I know game development, and I know game development.
I don't know if it's trash, man. I just think like I feel like the Switch is just more for solo play, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the Switch, for sure. But now I'm saying for the games coming out, it's just the Switch is just you can tell Nintendo's taking a breath to get ready to do something different.
If we're talking about going next gen, we could probably see Nintendo coming out with something, but. For right now, and I feel like for another 2 to 3 years, I think the Switch will be A-okay just doing whatever the hell Nintendo wants to do. Like, it's Nintendo.
Exactly. But it has to have games. And obviously Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out soon, which is going to be great. But how many Zelda games can you do on a system? You know, like how?
Oh, there's 2.
Well, didn't we do 2?
But again, like 2 60-hour games, like, we already did this.
Yeah, with Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on the 64. They
Majora's
had 2
Mask
of them.
is like a 1.5. It's kind of like a It was a but it's the same thing. It's like
still good
though. But it's like, hey, okay, like, do we want to do another Mario, like a 3D Mario on it? Like, okay, do we want to do like
Odyssey 2?
Oh God!
Well, they're coming out with the new Paper Mario. The new Paper Mario.
That's cool. No, that is cool. That is cool.
The Origami King.
That is cool.
Oh yeah,
that is cool. 100% awesing. And then there was another game. Oh, what was they just announced?
Well, they're still waiting on the Metroid trilogy, obviously.
Right. But the thing is, Metroid doesn't sell. That's why they don't do Metroid.
No,
the games are great, but they don't sell.
It's niche.
And
exactly.
Very niche market.
Yeah, his history shows that they don't sell well, and so that's why Nintendo's not like, hey, because even the original Metroids, like the early ones, Metroid Prime, Metroid 1, 2, they super low on the sales, like didn't even crack 1 million, like just super low sales. So it's like they're like, why are we going to spend all this time and money and develop it and all give it the Nintendo polish like they do, and then get nothing back?
Just going in on Nintendo, bro.
They should bring back a Star Fox game. They should bring back
100%.
a dedicated F-Zero game.
100%.
They have all these IPs that they're not doing very much with.
Yes,
but
I agree.
And
lots
of
those
opportunity
would look
there.
good on the Switch because Nintendo would make them. Nintendo
Absolutely.
could make these good, their little Nintendo cuteness, and like they know how to use their hardware. Yeah, like a Switch F-Zero would be sick. Yeah, you're right, that would be sick. But right now, the only thing, I mean, the Paper Mario game looks cool coming. I'm looking forward to that. That looks cool. And that's the first. Other than that, I don't know what else is coming out for the Switch. Like, do you know if anything else is coming out for the Switch this year? I don't even know.
I haven't heard any big.
You know I don't focus too much on the Switch, man. Come
I
on.
don't know.
Like I'm not touching the Switch until like maybe another year from now. So.
Do you see yourself playing it like in dock mode at all?
Who, me?
Or like mostly as a handheld? Ifusa.
I would probably do dock a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay.
Like.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like now that I hear about this 2.5 hour battery life, that kind of.
No, if you buy one now, it's up to 6 hours. It's like 5.
Oh, 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the older one, so it's 2.5, but 3, 2.5, 3. But I also have a nice big battery pack for it, but that's extra stuff I had to buy for it,
See, and that's the thing I'm talking about. That's why I said like I'll wait one more year for everything to get a little bit cheaper.
But it won't. It's Nintendo. It's a Nintendo tax. Nintendo stuff does not get cheaper. That's
Nintendo
the thing.
gets cheaper.
Yeah. Well, what? You can go buy the original Switch games for still $55. They're on
but
sale.
The game,
like
yes,
every
but
once
the
in a while,
consoles will be a little bit cheaper.
Oh, consoles might drop slightly.
Maybe.
Like,
But
like
the game,
5, 50,
I guarantee the
maybe,
games aren't
maybe.
going to drop that much. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
Switch is still $300, like straight up. It's like, damn.
I'm telling you, it's going to be $250 when it hits that $250 mark. I'm in there. I'm in there, like
$50. Hey, for sure.
As much as people hate on the Switch Lite, I actually really like my Switch Lite for like quick and dirty gameplay. It's actually quite nice. It's a smaller form factor and it's quite handy. I like it.
That wouldn't be good for a Fusa though, because you can't dock it, and the Joy-Cons don't come off.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
No.
Man, I don't know if I want to get the Joy-Cons, bro, because I feel like I would break the Joy-Cons, man. Like that's why I'd be surprised when people talk about Joy-Con boys. I'm like, bro, ain't them like some cheap ass products and shit?
Yeah, they're kind of weird, but I have my Pro controller here. Which is,
Yeah, the Pro controller.
So you got to buy a fucking can I not just use my GameCube controller?
No.
If
you plug it into the dock. If you plug it into the
dock.
dock.
Plug it in the dock, you can.
Okay, well then I'll just use my fucking GameCube controller. Like so far, that has been the best investment. I love when people are like when companies make it where you can still use your older products on new systems.
Yes.
Right.
It's fucking incredible.
That's another thing for the PS5. If you could use PS4 controllers on the PS5, because I literally just hooked up a PS4 controller to the PS3, and it works.
Oh, really? That works?
Wow, I never tried that.
Oh yeah, that works totally fine. The only thing sometimes it doesn't work is the gyroscope 6-axis and the tilt controls and one other thing.
Damn, PS4.
Rumble.
PS3.
The Rumble. But yeah, I'm going to be playing the Ratchet and Clank with the PS4 controller because I don't want to play with those PS3 controllers.
Yeah, it feels weird going back to that.
Yeah, it did. I grabbed it today. I was like, "What is this? It's like tiny little plastic."
Yo, it's like it feels so cheap.
Fisher
like
Price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on here? But yeah, you can do that. So we'll see. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, Doc. I love my Switch. Like, I played it last night. Actually, I played Into the Breach last night. But it's just, I think.
But you went in
right
so
now.
hard.
It's just, it's getting. I did, but I just think at the end of the life cycle, they're just doing Nintendo. They're just not doing anything, and they just sit there and like, oh, you'll buy our stuff because we're Nintendo. It's like I don't hate when companies do that. It's like just buy our
But people
stuff.
didn't buy the Wii U even though it was Nintendo because that was seriously flawed, right? It was.
The Wii was bad too, but it was great at the same time.
It was great because of the innovation with the whole motion controls, right?
But it was bad.
Now it's kind of
a bad console.
Why did people not buy the
Sure.
Wii U? Because to me, it was just like it felt like just
Fisher
a Wii
Price
with a
controller.
tablet. Like that's what it felt like. It just felt like the Wii with a tablet.
They made a gimmick, the tablet, but some developers didn't use it, and it made it clunky. Some games you could use a tablet, some games, and it separated the things. The games came out, it just wasn't a good.
It was the Switch 1.0. It was basically the Switch prototype. That's the only thing I could equate it to. Okay. But
no, because literally, the Wii U power specs are inside the Switch. The only thing different is the Tiger 2 processor that's in there, really. But it's the same specs. That's why these games, you put them in there, you add a little bit of faster processor and you can smooth them out a little bit, but they're the same games. That's why everything, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, Mario Kart, everything's coming over. Like Breath of the Wild was on the Wii U. Like so it's the same. They smashed a Wii U into a handheld. Like, hey, what if we just take away the console and put it in your hands, and there you go, and make it in the gamepad, and there you go.
But it's because Nintendo makes so many great games that they can actually do that with their consoles. Like, I don't think anybody else can do that. Like, Sony can't do that.
100% correct.
Microsoft can't do that. So
100% correct. And the Nintendo, they have that seal of quality, which still means something today. They really do. It does. And that's for their games. Their games, they make the best first-party games as far as but now, when you think of first-party Nintendo games, I think they need a new franchise, honestly. Like, they made Splatoon, and that's good. But
Splatoon is awesome.
How many Mario games can you have?
I mean, I feel like they can make a Mario game out of anything. Like, that's just
but that's the thing. It's like,
well, the Mario Rabbids thing that they released with Ubisoft, that was kind of cool.
That was kind of cool. That was cool. But I'm saying they need a whole nother IP. It's like, okay, we got Kirby, and the Kirby games have been bad lately. You got the Donkey Kong games, okay. You got, it's just like the same 5 rotating series: Zelda, Donkey Kong, Mario. Sonic. It's like do like in a big circle, and it's like, get something new in there, like just a new Nintendo IP. Add something new to the Nintendo library. I love what they did with Splatoon, though. Like, I do love what they did with that.
Or they could just go back and get something and try to bring that out.
Yeah, for sure. Like, what would they go back to? I mean, we talked about F-Zero, you said, right, Doc?
Yeah, F-Zero, Star Fox. They haven't come up with a new,
I say Earthbound.
Oh my gosh.
Would be cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, do a fucking Earthbound, man.
Well, what would you do today with the new Earthbound game?
I don't know.
Honestly, I have no idea. But apparently somebody there was an interview with the creator of the original Earthbound, and he's like, he goes, there's nothing left. Yeah,
the game
he goes, it was a trilogy, and that was it. Yeah. So, I don't know how they go about doing that one, although it would be cool.
Yeah.
It would be cool, though.
I don't know. What you
got? So many missed opportunities all around. I feel like every company has missed opportunities, and it's just
of course.
Yeah, but
my thing is, okay, are we still in the speculation station?
I mean, we haven't even left, man. We've been talking shit about Nintendo. You two have been talking shit about Nintendo.
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win the next generation?
Who the fuck won this generation?
PS4, obviously.
Are you sure?
Yes. By sheer volume, console sales, money, PS4.
Okay,
100%.
I mean, if that's what we're going to count about as money and sales, then yeah, I guess PlayStation won. If we're going to talk about...
Isn't that what it's all about?
No, I feel like it's about fucking games to play. Like,
do you know how many awesome games there were on PlayStation 4 this year?
Exclusive. Only PlayStation exclusives.
God of War, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted, Last of Us 2.
I'm sorry, Last of Us 2?
You might not want to include Last of Us 2.
Yeah, are you sure Last of Us 2?
Yeah.
I'd rather put Last of Us Remastered on that list versus Last of Us 2.
No, Last of Us 2 it's a good game. I've seen the first a little bit.
No. Story, I won't talk shit about the story, but the gameplay, the only great thing they've done about it is they have the unbreakable knife now, which is something they should have had in the first time. Instead of a dumbass shiv that magically breaks every 5 seconds.
Yeah, in the first one?
Yeah. How you gonna have a stealth game and then I don't even really have that good of a tool to use to kill? Sorry.
I guess so, yeah. But there was some, it had some really good exclusives.
All right.
PS4
and in that defense, yes. But I'm not going to say Ghost of Tsushima because that's not out yet. But
yeah, exactly. But that's an exclusive that looks awesome that I've been looking forward to for 4 years. So
agreed. And then Xbox really doesn't have that much. But then that's why I look at Nintendo and I'm like, see, now this is where he should be able to shine because there's actually some great games on Switch that he can just.
There are some good ones. I love the Switch, but they from 2017, 2018, and then a little bit of 2019. But lately it's like.
But see, that's why I said there's no clear winner. To me, it's PlayStation is probably the best to play multiplayer games outside of PC. So let me get that straight first and foremost, people. I know the power of PC is just better than these consoles, but I take that out. I take that out because that's
who cares about exactly.
So, in my opinion, PlayStation is probably the best to get your multiplayer experience.
Your best all around console.
I agree
with some games, but then I look at the Switch as like it has the better gameplay with the games that it has, but it just has a very shitty online experience.
No, 100%. I don't think because God of War was an amazing game to play. Like I loved every second of that. Like that was one of my favorite games of all time. Now I've
tried some of Breath of the Wild. I played a few hours of it, and I literally said to myself, "Was holy crap!" And I'm like, I like Wind Waker more, but I'm like, yo, I really want to get Breath of the Wild. Like, that mind fucked me.
I played 50. But see, the same thing with Doc. Like we've both put like. I think you put like 60 hours in it, Doc. I put like 55 hours into it.
Something like that,
and we haven't brought ourselves to finish it. That's just, it's like, okay. I like Breath of the Wild. It's an amazing open world experience. But I guess maybe I'm just not a big Zelda guy. I like Zelda. I mean, I've played a lot of the big ones.
I'm not either. And I know I have not played all of them. So,
but no, it's a great game.
But then again, I do agree that Horizon Zero Dawn could also be up there too, because I can easily get lost like how I was slowly getting lost in Breath of the Wild. So. Game. Like, I guess we could put PlayStation on, like, all around. But I still say, like, the Switch is literally right behind. And if it had a better online infrastructure, it would have cleared, or at least just a semi-decent. It didn't even have to be amazing. Just one where you can just easily...
Just one that works.
Yes.
Right.
And I feel like the Switch would have automatically been better. And Nintendo had offered, like, you could be able to buy or be able to play whatever of our retro games we fucking had. And they weren't being so stingy. I would clearly put Switch on top.
Right. Yeah. But there's a lot of different things. Yeah. Don't even get me started on the NES library, what they did. But just to put it into perspective, the PlayStation 4 is the second best-selling console of all time.
There's no
behind the PlayStation 2.
Behind the PlayStation 2.
There's no denying that.
And then it was the Wii, right?
108. No, the PlayStation 1, number 3.
PlayStation 1.
Wii is number 4. Yeah. So and then the Switch is not. The Switch has only sold 55 million. The PlayStation sold 108 million. But the Switch also did that in 2 less years, so you got to think the thing. But so 108.5 million consoles sold by the PS4. That's insane. PS2, which is still being sold like 3 years ago, like new, like in Brazil and stuff, is sold only 155 million. So if you stretch that life cycle out, PS4 is a home run times 100, like as far as like won the console generation, like by far. Xbox One was 45 million. So,
what you got to say?
Which is still just insane numbers if you think about, though. It's just crazy. Even like the NES and stuff like that, like where they're around for so long, only sold like 60 million. And these consoles sold this. I mean, obviously more people game, but it's just crazy. Like it's nuts.
What you got to say, Nintendo? What you got to say?
Yeah.
No, it's like obviously they're both home runs in their own way. Like the PlayStation 4 and the Switch, obviously.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Clear winner in terms of sales to the PlayStation 4, but I feel that Nintendo really stepped it up, especially considering their last blunder of the Wii U. I feel like they really
and the Wii.
I feel like well, the Wii, I mean, sold gangbusters.
The Wii sold like crazy, like gangbusters.
Just because
the whole
of the
gimmick,
the whole motion controls and stuff. But I think we can all agree that Xbox was a complete failure in this.
Xbox One, they tripped up a little
bit.
If
they didn't fucking cancel like some of their great games, and then the other games they had didn't put a shit ton of microtransactions.
Okay, well, no, they did. They came out saying you have to have the Kinect attached.
I'm trying to be nice and not include that dark 1 year era of like because the Xbox fans, they'd be like, "Whoa, come on, guys, it wasn't that big a deal." They quickly reneged on. I'm trying to be devil's advocate here because I could have mentioned that too, but
no, that first year, man, they shot themselves in the foot. They did the same thing that PS3 did to themselves. Like PS3 is like, oh, this is amazing, it's groundbreaking, which the PS3 could do a lot of awesome things, but it was hard to develop for. They had a cell processor, which developers were like, this is dumb. Why am I going to develop for this thing when I can just develop for like a PC and put on Xbox? They came out like popping with like $1 million console, and so they just shot themselves in the foot for PS3, and then Xbox came and did the same thing here, like, oh yeah, it's going to be your all-in-one media device. but our interface is terrible, and you have to have a Kinect, and everything has to be online. Oh, wait a minute, psych. Nope. Oh, you guys don't want that? Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry. Psych. Phil Spencer, enter. Yeah, they fired Homeboy fast. What was his name? Freaking the original CEO of Xbox the first year before they brought in Phil Spencer. I forgot.
Man, I fucking forgot. Whoever he was, may he do some other shit. I don't really care. On over there.
Right? Let's see. It was... what was his name? I can't remember, but yeah. So then Phil Spencer came in. And Phil's is cool. I like Phil Spencer. Yeah.
But man, he's all right. But let's see how this is going out. We're still here in the summer. There's more games getting announced.
Yeah.
Goodness forbid, I feel like the only great game that's really worth buying right now is that Star Wars Squadrons, and
that's right.
About it.
That's right. I'm probably gonna play that. You and I are gonna play that, right, Afusa?
I'm really scared that I should not buy this game. Should not.
Hey, and Doc, you could either buy that on PC or Switch.
Oh, it's coming to Switch,
isn't it? Isn't it crossplay?
I don't know.
I know it's crossplay, and I know it's coming out on PC.
Yeah, so I think
if it is, I'll get it on Switch.
Yeah, but no, you have a really nice PC now, so you could run that on PC. Yeah. But I think it'd be fun. I think that's a fun thing. But my thing is that But that's video games. I was going to say it's fun for like a month or two, but that's what video games are. You play them for like a month and then you go to the next one.
Are you kidding me? I'm having the funnest fucking time playing Resident Evil Resistance and Resident Evil 3 Remake and like Kingdom Hearts still. And
but that's cool. No, but there's certain games that you play long term, like long on the tooth, right? There's certain games, but like after you beat a game, you really milk it. You're like, okay, I'm good. That was good. And you move on to the next one. I mean, you think you go to a movie and you pay $20? Like, that's LA prices. You go $20 to go to a movie and you sit there for 2 hours and you go home. Okay, that was cool. Video game, you pay $60 and you get like weeks of entertainment. Like, come on, that's amazing. That's a great value. Like,
unless it's like
for a week.
Really good fucking game. Like, I know people are playing Persona 5. How many fucking times now? People are playing the same game 3 times now. Like, and they bought each different version.
Yeah. I do that a lot of times if I love the game. Like, I will always play Age of Empires, like my real-time strategy games. I will always play them. I still play them to this day. Like, I'll always do that. Like, I'm going to go back and play through God of War all the way again. Why? Because I loved it and it was amazing. I'm
play Earthbound first.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would play Final Fantasy VII Remake again if I want. It was just, I liked it. It was good. Play on hard mode, but it's just, you have those games, but like in general, if you like beat a game, you're like, okay, good, I beat it, that was great, and then you move on. But yeah, like it's such a good value. I mean, I don't know, I like video games, they're cool. Don't get me wrong, I like the Switch, but it's just they need to give me something good to play on it again. I think I'm just thirsty for a new good Switch title.
You talked all that shit about the Switch, and you ain't talking nothing about this damn Xbox over here with this barren ass.
Or with the refrigerator?
You know why I didn't talk about the Xbox? Because you know why I didn't talk about the Xbox? Because it doesn't exist to me. I'm not even entertaining the idea of buying
Shots
it,
fired.
looking at it, playing anything at it. I don't like Halo.
Oof.
I don't like Gears.
Yo, Torres.
So
The Godfist.
I've never owned an Xbox. I had one for like 6 months, and a friend gave it to me, and then I gave it away. I was like, it just sat there collecting dust. So, shots fired. But yeah, so that's why I don't talk about the Xbox, because like if you're not in my view, wow, you don't mean nothing.
Yo, Xbox is still fun to me. There's some games. There's some potential.
Like what?
Well, mostly my 360 games, but that's
Exactly.
mostly my 360. But there's some potential. So
Right.
All right.
Right. There's some potential. Yeah.
Woo! Wow. Damn, we really went in. I think the last one I had was like
new console generation. Yeah.
I think the last
you have
shit
the doc.
was
He's a full-fledged lawyer now, so he's on point. Sorry, I had to give you some props there, Doc.
Oh yeah, that's right,
Sounds
man.
good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The lawyer.
Yeah, my dude's an official lawyer now.
And then 10 more years he'll be a judge.
Phoenix Wright. Oh, 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years as a judge. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Oh, man, I'm not a Phoenix
Judge
Wright.
Dredd over here.
and no pressure.
All right.
Now you should say that to Nintendo. They definitely should be feeling the pressure right now. You gotta get your shit together.
Exactly. They do need to get their stuff together.
All right, though, but it's that time of the show where we got to say goodbye. I feel like, man, we really went in mostly on PS5 and fucking Switch, but it's that time of the show where we have to say goodbye. But before we leave, you already know what time it is. It's time for some shameless plugins. So who wants to kick things off, man? Self-promote.
Dog, you're up. Get it.
The Nintendo, pretty much anywhere online, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I am a brand new streamer on Twitch. I stream about 5 times a week. All kinds of retro stuff, new school stuff. So yeah, the Nintendo.
Ooh,
yeah. Nintendo, aka the Doc. Yeah, I'm Tedder. You guys, as the intro. I am now officially starting this week back to my consistent 5 days a week streaming every day, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time. So that's 12 to 3 Pacific. I will be streaming 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. Join there. You go to tedder.com to check out all like the cool like content that I'll be dropping with my man Afusa here because he's awesome. He's fun. We have a good time. We go hard in the paint on stuff. And then, just check it out. And that's about it.
Y'all know what the deal is, man. The Chronicles of Gamers. Just type it into fucking Google. You'll literally see everything. What do you need?
And subscribe.
Yeah.
Follow. Check them out.
Like, it's just there. Although, I'll tell you one thing. Maybe I need to do like 4 days a week in streaming because like, y'all hopping on 5 and like, damn.
Starting today, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. daily.
Sheesh.
Daily.
I might do 4 days a week, but probably like in July. Well, give me a second.
Right. You gotta prepare.
Yeah, I gotta mentally prepare. Like streaming is difficult. Like people really be forgetting that shit. I'd be like surprised how people can do like 8 hours, 5 days a week. I'm like, aren't you like mentally tired putting out all that energy and then your voice is like basic. Like, no, I'm good, bro. And then like you're fucking trying to play the game at the best of your ability, like.
Yeah, that's why you got to pick games that you can play and interact with and that are fun. Because like if I'm playing Age of Empires, like if I'm like in the middle of like a big fight, like I'm staring, my eyes are like I'm like super tight on the mic, like everything is like I can't talk to anybody because I'm in the zone. But like if I'm playing Diablo, I'm like, hey, click, 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 hi, how's it going, everybody? You see it, mindless games.
That's why I play the game I play because it's so easy for me to just like be myself and just play.
Yeah, just hang out.
Yeah, it is.
And play.
Yep. All right, man. Okay. Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching.
Dude, thank you so much for inviting us. Honestly, it's been a blast every time I come on, bro. We really appreciate it. But yeah, if this is your first time listening to the show, please keep doing it because Afusa's the man. And I've watched his whole journey in this podcasting thing, and he's gotten so good, and it's so fun every time. So please, Chronicles of Gamers.
And,
make it a part of your daily.
We're out of here. Stay lit. Oh my gosh, I'm getting the roses out here and stuff.
Yeah, buddy.